So before we get started, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, who still rule and teach well. And peace and blessings and safety to the Lord's elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, mainly in America, pushing this word in humility and sincerity as commanded by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'm the brother Yaquam, got the brother Shamaria with me. And we represent the GMS Cleveland camp, just coming back with a quick hit. Lord willing, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shemel Shai. As you can see, the title is Jake is still dependent. And when we talk about Jake, for those of you who don't know, we're talking about that's a short for Jacob, okay, which is had his name changed to Israel, which his sons became the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And today, in these times, the Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole and Native American Indians of Negroid and Indian descent, right, according to the seed of the father. All right, as we also say, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay. And it's funny because you just had the so-called 4th of July, right? Uh, which is supposed to be another word for it is Independence Day, which celebrates the independence of the so-called white man freeing himself from under the British, uh, the British rule, the water. And we always go into how, July 4th, 1776, you niggas was still on the field, man. You see what I'm saying? But you go hard. You wear your American flag T-shirts. We seen this old ass Jake roll past Kent with 2 American flags on his Cadillac. You know, you go hard to celebrate this holiday as if you was actually getting your independence on that day. You was still a slave. You was still 3/5 of a man. You see what I'm saying? But even in today, and this is why I titled the lesson is, even today in 2025, you niggas is still dependent. You depend on Esau. Can you Deuteronomy 28 and what's that 48 for the one of all things? You Jay still go to Esau for every goddamn thing. You're not independent. So what type of independence are you celebrating? The history of it is not does not apply to you. And today in 2025, independence does not apply to you, man. Esau is independent. Esau has what's known as financial freedom. Okay, that's true independence. Not living paycheck to paycheck, not having to go to the food bank or the WIC office or the EBT, center or none of this other shit. Find that financial aid, government aid. 90% of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans have government aid. This is why y'all so mad about the big beautiful bill, because the big beautiful bill cuts government aid, and who most people with the most government aid are people, man. What you got?
Yeah, this Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yeah.
Right. And it says that the Lord was going to basically cause us to serve our enemy. And in these conditions, our enemy, our chief enemy is Esau Edom, which the Lord has indignation with, forever. But we know that these conditions is what symbolizes us as being the people that the Lord was speaking about. He said that He would send us against our enemy in hunger,
Right,
right?
meaning Jake gotta depend on this man for food.
Exactly.
You gotta go to the grocery store, you gotta go to the EBT. You see, and that big beautiful bill, they cutting that all that aid. Okay, and the scriptures speak about famine. Famine don't necessarily mean no food, it just means scarcity. You see what I'm saying? So that right there is famine. The fact that they cutting that aid, which would fill up your cabinets, that shit's not gonna be there no more. That's famine. Okay. It said hunger,
Yup. And the thirst
like thirst, water,
and nakedness.
clothes. You go to this man for everything. That nigga Kanye said when he was on Sway, and Sway was like, "Well, why don't you just get your own? Why don't you just make your own shit?" That nigga Kanye was like, "Nigga, how Sway? How Sway?"
Got mad.
He got mad as fuck because Sway didn't understand that, bro. It's a glass ceiling that Esau will not let the Israelites through. He will not let you be dependent of him. He will not let you own your own textile mills to make your own clothes. Okay, you gonna have to be a what do you call it? A sponsor under this nigga. Like Michael Jordan, people think Jordan got his own brand. Jordan is under Nike.
Right.
Jordan is under Esau. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, the Yeezy shit, that shit was under Adidas. Nigga, you're dependent on this man for everything. Our people are dependent on Esau, and they try to front like they independent, especially our women. You know, because the scriptures speak about if you can't hold after we read that, we're gonna go to Second Ezra 9. It said that we have received benefits and have not known the Lord. You know, because you dependent on this man and his benefits. It tell you in Revelation the 12th chapter that we will be nourished before the face of the serpent. From a time and dividing of times, we'll be nourished from the face of the serpent, man.
It's a spirit. I was gonna grab that too.
Come,
And it's a spirit. It's the reason I keep saying it's a spirit is because this is stuff that we brought out at our camp.
right,
You know, and it's being said again. And the more we talk about these things, even off camera, and we're more like synchronized when we talk, our conversation is synchronized. The more we getting closer to these things actually come to pass, man.
right.
Now, okay, that was it on that verse.
Come.
That's all you want on that. Okay, this is
So that verse basically broke down how you